So God took good care of me as God takes good care of all of us as we proceed in the journeys of our lives, especially living through this mission at Creighton University. I noticed the cover of the magazine during my first year as president, the fall and winter of 2011, a matter of the heart. Well, it was a matter of the heart. But I found that just amazing, and how God does work in so many unusual ways, at least in my life, and I think in all of our lives. But I'm grateful to all of you, and let me just name a couple people, if I may. One is the healthcare providers. I got to tell you, now, some people knew I was the president of Creighton when I was hospitalized at the Creighton University Medical Center. But I was told, and I believe what I was told, that the care that I got is equal to the care provided for every patient at that hospital. And I marveled at the care and the attention. And it was kind of fun, actually. I mean, I was sick. But one nurse would come in and pull on my big toe, and she says, "How are you, sweetie?" Another one would say, "Oh, honey, what might I get you?" But special thanks to Ed O'Connor and Dan Berkey. I don't think we missed a step in my absence, which indicates maybe I'm not that necessary. But it does indicate, I think, the breadth and depth of the leadership of this university. And on that Sunday after Thanksgiving, there was a meeting that lasted for 6 hours with Ed and Dan and Colette and Shirley, Bruce Rody, the chair, Ed Kaiser, the vice chair of the board, plotting a way to make sure that nothing is missed during my absence of 2 months from this university. And it was amazing, the great service that these colleagues did for us. And a special thanks to our Board of Trustees. I could not have asked for more support than what I received from Bruce Rody and Dick Kaiser. Bruce had said to me, "Take as much time as you need and come back when you're ready." And of course, my doctor said to me, "You need to take 2 months off." And so I began full-time this week and was a bit part-time last week. And last week, by the way, my thanks to the members of the community that led us and planned celebrating One Creighton, our interfaith prayer service, which was absolutely magnificent and marvelous, and something that we will continue to do as we go forward at the university. As Susan said, a lot has happened because of you and all of our colleagues at this university. And I think it's safe to say, at least I'll say this, and I would hope you would agree with me, that we're enjoying wonderful momentum. We have our challenges, but terrific momentum. So take a moment with me just to watch this video.
This is an incredible time in Creighton's history as we join the Big East Conference. This is our moment.
So this technology allows us a three-dimensional look into jaw structures that heretofore we really only were able to see in 2 dimensions.
Creighton University, in my opinion, is uniquely positioned to graduate the kind of leaders business community will need in the future. They will be taught here that not only is it important what you accomplish, it is more important how you accomplish it.
But most importantly, through Curus, we further Creighton's Jesuit Catholic mission of helping our students pursue truth in all forms.
It is extremely rare to have both a state and a national winner of these prestigious undergrad teaching awards coming from the same university.
The strategic planning process, it's very important that we move forward with ways of telling our story.
Describe your average workday in one word. What would you say? Busy.
Crazy. There it is.
What do you guys do outside of class for fun?
I like to fire dance.
A historic day for Creighton University as Creighton unveils its new look, its new logo.
It is my hope that the scholarly momentum you establish in these early years at Creighton will set the stage for a lifetime pursuit of knowledge. With your presence here today, you are saying, I am up for the challenge.
I'm Xue Mei. I'm from China. I love Creighton.
Together, we are one Creighton. Isn't that terrific? And my thanks to all of us who have led us to this point with much more to do, but great things have been accomplished at our university. One is certainly the Big East, but it's interesting, since January 1 of 2012 through the first 2 weeks of January of this year, in terms of clippings that we have secured around the nation, the value of those clippings was $94.4 million in print, other media. So that is terrific, and I would suspect perhaps a record for Creighton University. $30 million of that is from the Big East. So one effort, as you know, that we've attempted to do is to make sure that we tell our story and we tell it nationally and internationally. And so the platform that we've had here, with the success in the classroom, the labs and research, with also the success in athletics, has really put us at the forefront nationally in regard to news about Creighton University. Well, the strategic plan. We had spent a year and a half talking, listening, plotting, and planning. And now, in fact, as you know, we do have a strategic plan approved by our Board of Trustees on November 4th. And now it's time to go forward with the implementation of this plan. And I've said this a couple times. We've not been sitting tight in regard to the plan because a number of things have already been done. Examples be the EDGE program, or bridging the College of Arts and Sciences with our School of Law with the 3-3 program, or CELI, or CURIS. A number of initiatives have already been implemented at the university, and many more to come. But what's important for us, and I marvel at this, our commitment to our mission. First and foremost, we are a Jesuit Catholic university. We will never abandon that. And in fact, I marvel, thanks to so many of you, if not all of you, I marvel at the many ways that all of us embrace that mission. And what's beautiful about our community is that the mission is big enough for all of us, and inviting all of us to make our own unique contribution to the mission of Creighton University. Also, too, as I've said in the past, we're unique. There is no school like us in this nation. There is no school that has the array of programs that we have at Creighton University, all rooted in the College of Arts and Sciences, with the liberal arts, nursing, business, law, and with nursing, 8 different programs in health sciences. And for us, as I've said before, and we've talked about this, for us to really leverage that uniqueness about us, because again, there is no place like us in this country. And with that being the case, and you've seen this before, we want to become the nation's leading university for interprofessional education by bridging 8 health profession programs with programs in law, business, and the arts and sciences. We need to build two-way bridges throughout this university. We need to continue to enhance the programs we have, but take advantage of those programs and bridging programs to create new programs to provide even better and greater opportunities for our students. And with the plan, as you know, we've got 6 initiatives. The mission, you. This mission would never be possible without you, without us. And the impact we have on our students and the care for our patients is absolutely remarkable. The bridges, to take advantage of this great gift of programs at this university and create new programs. Fundraising to support our efforts. Our story. I never thought we would have $94 million in media coverage through the clippings and articles that have occurred about us. And operations. What can we do to change ourselves to be more effective in assisting you in the classroom, in the office, in the lab, in the hospital? But we do have ambitious plans. As you know, this is a 3-year plan to conclude in 1917, I was going to say, in 2017. And it requires hard work and tough decisions. We need to reduce our staffing and outside spending by 15% over 3 years. And we can do that through employee attrition and retirement. We have a 12% turnover on an annual basis of our colleagues at this university. And we have 2,000 employees at the university. Vendor consolidation. We have, Jan, how many vendors do we have? Or Dan? We have 72,000 vendors. And that costs money to maintain, and we're committed to making sure that we reduce that list and provide and seek and find better opportunities with fewer vendors. Volume pricing, standard operating procedures, automation, job redundancy, and space utilization. That's one of our biggest issues. We have too much space. We have too many square feet of space on this campus, and we're too small to afford that kind of square footage on the campus. Now, I suspect that some of you are thinking, oh, we're becoming too corporate. My response is, we need to be good stewards of our resources to maximize the mission here at our university. By reducing our expenses by 15% enables us to invest in Creighton. After being elected president, before I arrived in my first year, and last year and this year, I've talked about the need of investing in our academic programs. We need to find the resources to enhance our academic programs. And so this plan calls for, if we meet our reductions, this plan calls for an investment of $3.6 million in next year's academic year. The following year, $6.2 million. And if we're successful, really successful, $10 million in academic year 16 and 17. We need to find those resources to enhance the programs we have and to build new programs around this university. In addition, we need to invest money in terms of the operation of the university. IT. As we all know, especially our colleagues in DoIT, IT is so expensive here and in every organization and operation. But we need to invest further dollars in IT. To make money, to raise money, we need to spend money. And so we need to enhance the staffing, increase the staffing and operations in university relations. Change management. I'm committed, we're committed to working on the salaries of all of you to make sure they're more competitive with the market and looking at infusing $3.3 million in fiscal year 15. And marketing. We need to continue to tell our story. We need to brag about who we are. And we're at wonderful platforms. And again, especially the Big East has helped us tremendously. I've talked about this before, but it's so important for the implementation of this program, and Father Chris Duffy is instrumental in that. But also a number of people have taken responsibility for these various working groups to make sure that we meet the plan and the goals of the plan throughout the university. And so you can see the names of the players and those leaders in those particular areas building the teams for each area to make sure that we go forward with the implementation of our strategic plan. People ask, things are changing so much here, what won't change? What won't change? Being mission-focused. If that changes, if we allow that to change, we take the very heart out of ourselves and of this university. Shared governance. Now, I know there's debates among the administration and the faculty, between the administration and the faculty about shared governance. And we really need to do better with that, in my opinion, on both the administration side and faculty side. But we're collegial in regard to leading this university and caring. That's the thing I love the most about us. And when I hear you talk, when I hear students talk, they talk about this caring community. I experienced that firsthand. Unbelievable. And heard it so often before I got sick. Back to being sick for a minute. I don't know who sat out the directives, but it was pretty clear that I should not be bothered at all during these 2 months. And I wasn't. With one exception. A vice president called me and he said, please, please don't tell them I called you, because if you do, my head will be on a platter. And I said, who were they? He said, Shirley Spain. So don't cross Shirley. I don't cross Shirley. And also, too, the pride we have in our institution. When I ask our students how they feel about Creighton, and I've said this before, and you've heard it as well, they say, we love this place. But also, too, I love to hear them refer to us, and it's true about us, I love to hear them refer to us as a prestigious university. Our students are proud of being here. We're proud of being here. I'm proud of being here. For me, it's honor. It's an honor. And I think for all of us, we would say, it's an honor to be with our colleagues here at this university. And what I love the most about what we do is changing the lives of our students and curing, hopefully in most cases, our patients. Some things will change, though. The silos have to come down, and I think we're doing a great job. Symbolically, but not only symbolically, but with the leadership of Ed O'Connor, the provost, we have one chief academic officer. And Ed has the authority from me and my support to be able to work through the university to find opportunities throughout the university. And Dan Berkey the same in regard to the operations side. We need to be one Creighton, collaborate with each other, and find opportunities that enhance the education and the experience of our students at this university. The second is, and you're not going to like this, especially the faculty, we've got to stop thinking inside and thinking outside. We're mission focused, we're mission driven, but we need to be market sensitive. And let me say this, and again, I love my schedule, and I know faculty members like their schedule, but we need to be more attentive to the needs of our students and what's helpful to them. And hopefully we can find a balance to do that. And from inflexible structures and process to being more adaptable. For any change to occur, we need to be adaptable. We need to be nimble. And Ignatius talked about that in the very beginning of the founding of the Society of Jesus. Adapt, adapt, adapt. Go in through their door and bring them out our door. So too for us, all these years later, as a Jesuit institution. Next is from a gut feel decision. Now, I like yourselves, I have a lot of trust in my intuition. But we need to, and I think we're getting better at, making decisions based on data. And right now, as you may know, a big-time effort is going forward to create this data warehouse on our university campus so that we have easy and quick access to the data. Next is activity-oriented to results-oriented. We are busy. You heard in the momentum tape, busy, busy. But we need to be busy about the right things. And now let me preach to you as I need to hear myself say this. Let me preach to you, though, we need to find balance in our lives. We can't be working all the time, and we need to recreate ourselves as best as we can in the evenings, on the weekends, and time away. Unclear accountability. We did a great job last year by providing for all of us, including myself, a performance review. We need to hold each other accountable. And for me, I appreciate that because I consider myself to be a good leader, but I can be a better leader. And I can only be better by the feedback that I get from the colleagues with whom I work closely and also from the members of our board. So the plan in action, just some examples. On the operations side, one thing we're talking about now, which is becoming more and more common at institutions, is a shared service center, not only for operations of the university, but even for our students. So a student one-stop service center. They can get through the bureaucracy, and the students can get done what they need to get done quickly and without too much of a cumbersome process. And the bridges. We need to find and develop more bridges on our campus. In our last survey, there were comments made that we're not doing enough for professional development of our colleagues. And I think what we've done this last year and a half, the leadership development, the summits, the planning teams, Many of us have gone through a process of our own professional development. And communications. Now, no organization can ever communicate enough. But I think, from my perspective, there's been improvements here. Town halls, meetings in our departments, schools, email, and websites. By the way, is that Father Hauser there? I told Colette, take every picture out of this thing that's got Dick Hauser. Well, good afternoon, Dick. And planning for the mission. Cur personalis. Cursus apostolica. When you read the constitutions of the Society of Jesus, when Ignatius talks about cur personalis, and I think I've said this at least once before, it is the care of the person, it is the support of the person, it is the encouragement of the person, but it's also, too, when that time is necessary, to challenge the person. Like you do in the classroom with our students, to challenge them to do even greater and better things. And also, though, too, we need to be always committed, which I think we are, to the care of the apostolate. We, you and I, love this apostolate. We love this work. And we need to make sure that we care for each other as well as caring for this apostolic work. Leadership changes. Since I've arrived, there have been 9 changes at the leadership level. So the current changes taking place is the search for Vice President for Student Life. And as you can see, Dean Keegan is handling that search. The Dean to succeed Marian Culhane of the School of Law, and Dr. Mark Plata is handling that search. The Vice Provost for Mission and Ministry, Dr. Haney, the John A. Creighton Chair, is handling that. That was delayed because I was scheduled to meet with the candidates in December, and obviously was not able to do so, but I'll be meeting with the candidates in February. The Vice President for IT, and Dr. Mark Reedy is leading that process. And the Dean of the College of Nursing, replacing Dr. Howell, and that's being led by Chris Bradbury. Would you join me in thanking Dr. Howell? I don't know if Ellie's here. Ellie has been the Dean of our College of Nursing since 2003, and just let me, if I may, just mention a couple things that have occurred with her great leadership. The Doctor of Nursing program, D&P, which was a first in Nebraska. The Clinical Nurse Leader, CNL program, for which Creighton was one of only a handful of national pilot programs. Health screening collaboration with Omaha, parochial and public schools. And she's currently on the board of directors of the American Association of Colleges of Nursing. Allie's been terrific. Also, and she is here, Marianne Culhane. Thank you so much for your leadership, Marianne. Outstanding. Now, Marianne has done more than her fair share of leadership. So she was the interim dean, I think, July 2007 to June 2008. And then drafted to come back, I think, in July of 2010. January of 2010. Yes. And so my thanks to you, especially with your generosity of being tagged twice to serve our School of Law and the things you've accomplished. Not easy, but you are ahead of the curve before most schools of law in terms of anticipating the reduction in applications to schools of law. And so with that anticipation, we shrunk that incoming class sooner than other schools, and by doing so, retained the quality of our students and their experience at our School of Law. You launched, under your watch, the Government Leadership Program, the externship program in Washington, D.C., the 2-year accelerated JD program, the expanded 3-3 program at the College of Arts and Sciences. And you also increased the international offerings for our students. So again, my thanks to both Dean Howell and Dean Culhane. Next. Now, Bo's here. Is that your high school graduation picture, Bo? Can we maybe get an updated picture? You look like a 12-year-old. But again, it's official, as you know. Let's extend our congratulations to Dr. Bo Dunley, Dr. Robert Dunley. Bo is doing a great job, and a lot more challenges are occurring, but great successes have occurred during his short time as the interim dean and now as the dean of our School of Medicine. And a person that's so generous with his time, like you all are, I find him remarkable, and a man that, like all of us, that loves this university. But my thanks to Rich Rossi, Dr. Rossi, for accepting the interim vice president or vice provost position of Student Life. So, Rich, thank you so much for your generosity. I want to spend a little time about our historic relationship with Allegiant, now Allegiant Creighton Health and Allegiant Creighton Clinic. There is a lot going on. A lot has already occurred, as you know, but there is a lot going on that is of importance to us as a university. As you may recall, the board of directors of the network of Allegiant Creighton Health have approved a new academic medical center on the campus of Bergen Mercy Medical Center. So in a way, we will have 2 campuses, but 1 academic medical center at Bergen. In addition, on our campus or close to our campus, we will build an ambulatory medical neighborhood facility, which will provide care for our neighbors and people in the eastern part of Omaha in regard to primary care physicians as well as specialists. And I think more than likely, Bo, emergency department, is that still under consideration? Yeah, so there's talk about having an emergency department, but most importantly, there will be a facility on our campus or close to our campus in regard to meeting the healthcare needs of our neighbors. Not only that, though, helping all of us in terms of living a well-lived life and a wellness program that is critically important for us as we go forward. In addition, effective this week, we have a new CEO of the network, and that's Dr. Cliff Robertson. And Cliff is an MD as well as an administrator. He's held in high regard by the leadership of CHI, and so I'm delighted that Cliff is joining us. And also, too, I'm very grateful to my friend Rick Hackton, who was instrumental, I think, in so many ways in devising this partnership, and they're with us all the way to make sure it would happen and with success, as well as helping us to meet the challenges. The next steps, we need to pick the site and the design process for the ambulatory care center and developing the programming and the details behind the academic medical center. And we need to continue to involve our community partners in regard to conversations related to both of these new efforts between Allegiant Creighton Health and Creighton University. And ideally, both facilities will open by 2016. All right, take a look at that. Do you see that? 8,008 applications. Is that not great? Mary Chase, are you here? Right there. And I think you're on your iPad. Wow. If I recall correctly, I think our record, Mary, was 5,325 applications. Yeah. And 8,008 applications. This is tremendous. Now, a lot has been done, and I think we've kept you informed about this. One is that we've engaged a firm called Royale, which has helped us to build this application base. The good news is we have all these applications. The challenging news, and that's why Mary's got her iPad on right now. I can see it reflecting off your face, and you're not paying attention to me. You are quick. But the important thing is that we land a great class on our campus. And my gosh, last year we were so great at doing this. And the way that 300 of us stepped up to connect us on a very personal basis with those students admitted and accepted by Creighton University, and with a great class of 961 undergraduate students. Other things we've done is move the scholarship deadline, and we're more intentional in our marketing. We're not using a bunch of billboards, but we're using a lot of personal contacts or soft touches with our applicants. And I hear nothing but great things from friends of mine whose son or daughter is looking at the university. People have asked, so too, well, what about the quality? And the quality is similar to the previous classes, so top-notch students. And with 8,008 students, our acceptance rate is going to be changed dramatically compared to previous years. And as you can see, we've had an increase in first-generation students, and applicants from the West and Mountain States. And I think eventually we'll see more traction in the East Coast as we go through the years with our involvement in the Big East. And our goal is to enroll 1,010 undergraduates in the fall. And retention has been great here too. I've not been given the official number yet, but it's got to be around 90%. And that says so much about us retaining our students as we have done this year and last year. And again, to the community effort, all of you and our colleagues on the faculty and staff helping. Development, we're doing some great things there. We've raised a lot of money so far this year, and our giving is, compared to last year, is ahead by about $1.2 million, which, as you know, we need those dollars to fuel the mission of this university. And as you can see, a number of projects are going on and goals are in place. And I know, just a comment about faculty staff giving, I know that all of us have obligations with family, and these are challenging times in this country. But if you can help, any size of a gift would be great, because it makes a big difference to have your involvement with us at that level at the university. Well, another idea stolen from another Jesuit university, but so far we did the best. If you've not seen this, sometime take a stroll in the lower level of the library, the second floor of Epley, and then into Riggy, where we have a walk through Jesuit history. Don Dow stole the idea from a university in Philadelphia that I know somewhat well. And Carol McCabe did all the work, but it's really a wonderful presentation of the history of the Society of Jesus, and well worth your time to take a look at it when you do have the time to do so. Well, do you see Santa Claus in the middle? One Creighton. We are one Creighton with such a diverse group of men and women that bring about the life and vitality of this institution. And I'm grateful to all of you for all that you do for our students and our patients and for each other. And especially, as I mentioned earlier in our conversation, all that we do in terms of changing the lives of our students. So my thanks to all of you. May God continue to bless Creighton University, and may God continue to bless you and all of your loved ones. Thank you so much.